So one of the biggest things I found, both in the hospital and in a clinic setting, is to have people write down questions that they might have or take notes as the medical team is in there speaking to them. Because especially in the hospital where it's much more acute diagnoses that are being made and people are really quite sick and families and patients are dealing with not only the physical effects of illness but the emotional, the social, all those different things that go along with being sick, and it can make it really hard to be a good listener when you're feeling overwhelmed by the sadness of your loved one dying in the hospital or finding out that they have a diagnosis of lung cancer. Those kinds of things are very distracting, and rightfully so, because they're real sort of turning points sometimes in people's lives. So I always tell, if I would go into a room and there's a couple of family members there, I always suggest up front, it might be a good idea for one of you to just take some notes on things that we're talking about right now. The other thing I'll do is when I'm leaving the room and there's a family in there and we've just sort of finished up an interaction, I say, right now if you think of questions or anything like that, write down those questions, and then when our medical team comes in, we'll be able to address some of those. And then when you come into the room the next time and people have sort of thought through some questions that are sort of on the front of their mind, that helps them listen better too, because they're able to kind of ask their pointed question.